It's time we give back. Sow a seed and show someone where love's at. Even if you don't give a dime, give your heart and share your time. Help somebody else in life. Give back. Let's give back.
Welcome to this episode of Ignite, Empower, Transform, where we showcase urban superheroes here in the Bronx and around the world. I am your host, Hosea James Givan II. Today we have a very, very special guest, all the way from Brooklyn, no, Los Angeles. We'll figure out what it is. Lakithia, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. We had the great fortune of having your husband as a guest a few episodes ago. He told me when we first met, I have this amazing, dynamic wife that you're going to have to, at some point, get on your show. And I'm so glad that we have you here today.
Excellent.
I've been able to review your bio, and you are an accomplished sister, bi-coastal sister. That's why I was kind of playing in the beginning with the Brooklyn, Los Angeles, but you have done some really amazing things, some quite amazing things.
Thank you.
Can we just open up talking about you and your beginnings, how you got into the field of entertainment? Los Angeles, I guess it started in LA, where a lot of Hollywood type things happen.
Yeah, so I wasn't born in LA, but I was pretty much raised there like
Where
my
were you
whole
born?
life. I was born in Wisconsin.
Oh, get out.
Yeah, I was born there, and then my family, we moved around a lot. So, but with my dreams and ambitions of being in the entertainment industry, we moved to Los Angeles, and we've been there, over 20 years. And so that's pretty much has been home for me.
Okay. So you may I ask what part of Wisconsin did you? Because I'm a Midwest guy. I was born in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
And I went to school in Iowa.
Know.
I went to school in Iowa.
Really?
So, yeah.
Okay, so you will know. I was born in Milwaukee.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
okay, Milwaukee.
Yeah.
So Chicago, Milwaukee.
They're cousins.
Yeah.
Exactly. I've heard it all the time. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I have very good friends in Milwaukee, and I had a really great experience in Milwaukee. Not last summer, but the summer before. I went to a Brewers game. It was the Brewers against the Cubs, and I'm in a fraternity, and my fraternity brothers. I had some from Chicago, some from Milwaukee, and they were going at it throughout the weekend. But that's cool. So now you're in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
How did you actually get into acting? And then we're going to get into the rap part.
So initially, that was just always my dream. So I grew up wanting to be in the arts, and so I grew up singing and modeling. I started modeling before, started singing at 2. My mom always tells this story.
You said at 2 years old?
Yeah, I started singing initially, from Michael Jackson, and then I ended up getting into modeling very young, and I did Kohl's and all of these different department store modeling. And then I went from that to, I was always on stage since I was a child because my mother was an evangelist. And so I would carry my little radio and go with her wherever she went, and I was performing. So I started performing very young. And then watching different shows like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and The Cosby Show, all of these different things. I'm like, I want to be on television acting, And so in LA, I got into acting, and the first thing I did was the show Girlfriends. And then from there, it just kept going.
Wow. As far as actresses go, who is there an actress that you feel helps to inspire you to get to your highest level of performance in terms of
so
just
back
style
then, yeah. So when I was a little kid, I loved Halle Berry. I thought she was amazing. She was one of the top actresses that I loved.
Right.
And then as I started, that's your favorite?
She's in the top 3.
Yes,
She's
definitely for people of color, Halle is just phenomenal. And then as I grew older, and one of my other favorites, just because I feel like she does everything like me. I love Jennifer Lopez just because she does the acting and the music, and
it's a Bronx girl. You're in the
and
Bronx.
I love that. Well,
Shout
I'm in
out.
Brooklyn,
Shout
but
out.
yeah, I love Jennifer. I have to say, I bring her up every interview because she does everything like I've always dreamed to do.
That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so now you're in the now you've been in shows like Girlfriends, but you was also in Black
Black. So I've been on so many I forgot, but
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah. So I've done what you see on like IMDb is
Right.
like you see, and I always forget, but Grownish is like one of the shows that I was on for the last 3 years before the pandemic,
Right.
and then Blackish.
Right.
I've done a show called
That's a very popular show.
yeah, very popular. Unsolved, which this was an amazing opportunity where I got a chance to work with the actors that played Biggie and Tupac.
Oh,
Growing
wow.
up, being inspired by Jay, Biggie, and Tupac, that was like a so real moment for me because these people really embodied Tupac and they really embodied Biggie. And so working on that, Unsolved, was in 2018 to 2019, no, 2017 to 2018. We wrapped. That was an amazing show. And what else I did? I did the show White Famous. So funny. 2017, and Snowfall in 2017.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Okay.
2016 was when I did Snowfall. And it's like all over the place, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. So now you have a project now. We were supposed to connect about a week and a half ago, and that was kind of dicey because you were possibly going off to shoot another
Yes.
program. Can you talk about that?
Well, we can't just yet because no
Okay.
one knows about it.
Oh,
But it's
okay.
a project that I'm working on, let's just say.
Okay. Is
Yes.
this something that you're part of the production? or
I'm
is it-
not, actually. I'm just an actress on
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Have you produced shows?
So it's so funny. I have not done that, but that's something. It's so funny you said that. Last night I was going to sleep and I said, I've always wanted to be behind the scenes with the directing and stuff.
Right.
And I was like, I think I want to, now that we have Tubi and we have all of these different outlets where, you can actually put your own films out. I do want to go and create my own films. I want to see what I want to give the public, like the positivity in films. I want to be able to create that because if I'm not seeing it, the only way to see it is to create it.
Right.
So I want to get into that, definitely.
That's powerful. That's
Yeah.
powerful. I believe that coming out of this, we've kind of had somewhat of a hiatus with this with the strikes.
Yeah, we're
And,
going through that.
And it's just, I've learned a lot just paying attention to the news and how the industry is changing.
Yes,
and
it's-
how
oh my God.
AI is
Oh my
is
God.
potentially
Yes, it's trying to
impacting.
wipe everyone out.
Oh
like,
my God,
yeah.
it's crazy. And
Yeah.
it's just, but we're talking about the arts, right? And the arts is about creativity,
Exactly.
right? So
I love that.
if you eliminate the creative aspect of it, what do we have?
What do we have?
You know?
Exactly.
So it's
Yeah.
it's crazy this thing that we're going through, and just I'm working on a project through my college. We're doing a reunion, and just some of the wording, just throwing it in AI and seeing it come back, it's scary.
It's scary, right?
Oh my gosh,
It's very scary.
It's amazing.
You said something so powerful where you talked about it's about art and us creating. So I think the way that technology has worked so far is kind of like removing things, and I think we shouldn't go that far into it where it takes creativity away from artists.
Exactly.
That's like where you lose us.
Oh.
Because we need to create.
Right.
Like, are you going to make us like dumb us down, like where no one is creating anymore? That's insane.
That's where we're moving toward, and let's hope that what we coming out of this strike, the hardliners have been able to maintain that aspect of the business because you can't. I can't even imagine what we'd be doing with all these forms of entertainment without it.
Yeah.
Because technically, with AI, you don't necessarily need certain things. You don't need the writers. You don't need the script.
Even the music, I mean, they are putting the lyrics together. We're hearing old songs of Tupac. So basically, even artists, they'll create for us. Like,
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a quick public service announcement break, and we'll be right back.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Welcome back to this segment of Ignite, Empower, Transform. We are here with Lakithia Nicole, And we had in our first segment discussion about her acting career. But she is multifaceted, and as you'll find throughout the course of this episode, she has many, many talents. But what we're going to talk about in this segment are your rap skills and your rap background.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about that. We're going to share a couple of videos. But how'd you get into the rap business?
You know, it's so funny. I was telling you I was singing, and it was the environment that my family took me to, and you know, I needed to express myself, and so I literally just started writing, and Jay-Z and Tupac and those people were all out making music, and from there I was like, I want to write my music, and I just started rapping it to express myself, and that's from there, you know, like a few years later, I started going in the studio and recording my albums.
That's amazing. Considering what ultimately happened in terms of you connecting with Bless Biggs, because that's something that you guys had in common.
Yeah.
That was a mutual interest.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is at this point in the show, just take a couple of, about a 5-minute break to see a couple of your videos.
Okay.
So we can have our audience entertained by your skills.
Excellent.
All right.
Yeah.
Beautiful feeling when you're feeling blessed. If you can't read love, you're illiterate. That feeling bigger than the internet. When it comes to faith, you know we more than generous. Music for your soul every time you hear us. Don't be amazed if it touch your spirit. Heavenly melodies every time you hear it. You ain't gotta ask when you know you're gifted.
This ain't no Cali, it's a natural feeling. I'm higher than the ceiling. Beautiful, so appealing. It's that spiritual healing. Nothing better than working on self and healing. Becoming my highest version. Can't deny I've been chosen. Set apart, always been a loner. No pun intended, never been a stoner. Always been obsessed with going further. Levitating, educating my mind, elevating. Never been one for the hating. Wisdom and knowledge is power. Expand your mind and be empowered. Let's go higher. This that high vibration. Self-motivation, self-transformation, self-liberation, pure inspiration, daily medication, no discrimination. This is that high-frequency music. It's so therapeutic. I came back to the music to show 'em what to do with it. We grinding and we building, stacking, making millions. Lakithia Nicole is a brand name. Putting you on game. Share it with your children. This feeling deeper than the internet. On replay, in your subconscious, you will never forget. I got a solution. This is the resolution. Inspire the evolution. Yes, yes.
Beautiful feeling when you're feeling blessed. If you can't read love, you're illiterate. That feeling bigger than the internet. When it comes to faith, you know we more than generous. Music for your soul every time you hear us. Don't be amazed if it touch your spirit. Heavenly melodies every time you hear it. You ain't gotta ask when you know you're gifted.
Where I'm from, we don't fear giants. Welcome to the land of the titans. All black S is my stallion. Heard it's 10.2 for private islands. We in too deep entrepreneuring. I just want credit for what I'm doing. Kingpin, my words come from the future. The ink is the blood spilled from the shooting. My brain is the shooter, but it's so conducive. The greatest music for the biggest losers. New Beretta like a bow and arrow. Free my people, we don't work for Pharaoh. Gotta love when that feeling sound like pianos. You don't want that sound to go soprano. Forgive me, God, you know I'm a sinner. Forgive me, God. Forgive me for my sins. Bless me with this dinner. Bless me. Faith kept me warm in the coldest winters. Learn how to read love. You know she come in letters. That eagle that protector never had a feather. Unless you talking about the pressure when you pull the trigger. They look at you different when you paint a picture. Created my own meaning for my signature. Kingpin, this forever literature. Yeah. This forever literature. forever.
Beautiful feeling when you're feeling blessed. If you can't read love, you're illiterate. That feeling bigger than the internet. When it comes to faith, you know we more than generous. Music for your soul every time you hear us. Don't be amazed if it touch your spirit. Heavenly melodies every time you hear it. You ain't gotta ask when you know you're gifted.
Now I've been feeling heavenly lately.
I know that they patiently waiting.
Patiently.
I've been feeling heavenly lately.
Now I've been feeling heavenly lately.
I know that they patiently waiting.
Patiently.
It's something like I see my past in the rear. I can feel it in the air. My time is here. Waited patiently for years. Now my time right here. On this grizzly for years. Lot of bloodshed and tears. Had no idea. The picture is clear. You win when you persevere. Throw down the red carpet. It's a premiere. It's win for those that been here. My day ones. If you wasn't here, you can't reappear. My MO. I live by the code. It's loyalty over everything. These days are feeling heavily. I'm thankful for the creativity. I got clarity. LA Key is the remedy. Saving lost souls on a journey to prosperity. I want it forever. Ain't no stopping me. I live on in eternity. Here's to branding and longevity. Building my legacy. It's so heavenly. It's so heavenly.
I've been feeling heavenly lately.
Now I've been feeling heavenly lately.
I know that they patiently waiting.
Patiently.
I've been feeling heavenly lately.
I gotta say, very, very well done. I
Yeah.
think those are two amazing videos. It speaks to your heart and just beautifully done.
Thank
just
you.
beautifully done. Let's talk about them. You had Beautiful Feeling.
Yeah. So it's so funny. We were talking about the music and doing music. I was so busy on working on the Lakithia Nicole talk show the last 2.5 years. I was just away from music. Not so much away from acting because I did work on a few projects out here in New York.
Right.
But the music I was just away from. Make a long story short, we got in the studio, Bless and I, and we have the album is complete, the EP is complete. It's called Abraham and Sarah, and Beautiful Feeling is one of the singles off of the EP. And that song is just all about what the title is. It's Beautiful Feeling. It's all about high frequency, high vibration, positivity, loving life, enjoying it, and just staying on a high frequency of things.
Okay. And then, so you had Beautiful Feeling and Heavenly.
And then Heavenly was another single that we released. We released that single, I believe in April or May. I can't recall right now, but Heavenly is another song that is, the title, you get what I mean? It's very high vibration. And that's what we wanted to do with the EP in general. We wanted to put music out that was going to lift the spirits of people after us going through the pandemic. And then I always talk about how since the pandemic, to me, the world just seems different in a lot of ways, a lot of different things going on that I feel like before 2019 it wasn't. And so we just wanted to bring people back into a place of peace and happiness and them just being comfortable and happy with life,
And it's good to know it's a real person and not AI that's making it happen.
Yes.
Because, I mean, it's you're obviously skilled. You obviously have a lot of talent, and we're going to talk more about that in the
Thank
next
you.
segment, some of your other projects. But I think it's amazing how, again, you're able to kind of connect with your husband. You have this mutual interest, and you're both are so talented. And
Thank you.
Just some of the music videos that you have done together, high level. I mean, really, really well done.
Thank you.
I just applaud you guys in the effort and just the partnership. It's a beautiful thing. So we're going to take a public service announcement one more time, and we'll be right back.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up, and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
What?
Welcome to this final segment of Ignite, Empower, Transform. I'm your host, Hosea James Givan II, and we are here with Lakithia Nicole, also known as L.A. Key. And we talked about your acting, you talked about your rapping careers, but you have launched 3 different other projects that I definitely want to talk about. You also are a talk show host, international, had people from all around the world on your show.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that first.
Yeah, so Lakithia Nicole Talk it basically comes from the company that I have, Real Women Join Together. I started the company in 2017. It was initially a nonprofit. I transitioned it to a LLC in 2020, and then from there, the top of 2020 before the pandemic. And from there, it's just like an extension. The Lakithia Nicole Talk Show was doing so many things with positivity, with Real Women Join Together. Lakithia Nicole Talk is to really basically empower men and women, not just women. And that was the thing, to bring us all together. And so the talk show was doing a lot of great things, as you mentioned. You know, I had guests from Australia and Africa and Haiti, and I can't even name all the different countries that people came on and spoke with me about their stories to basically empower. And that's the whole thing. And I want to put on here, the theme of my show, the Lakithia Nicole Talk Show, is there is no glory without the story. And so I seek out guests that have been through extreme adversity, that have gone through things that are tumultuous, that have overcame, that survived through those experiences. Like, I'm not looking for people that have not gone through things. I want the worst of the stories, but you turn the negative into a positive.
I think that's so important. You know, we your husband has introduced me to a brother by the name of Chuck, and Chuck is a brother that had been incarcerated for 27 years.
Yeah.
And involved with the Bloods and gang, and that has been something that's very, very near and dear to my heart. Exactly what you're talking about, how we can, what I call it, flip, you know, brothers and sisters, and we can, if they've seen success stories of people who have gone through challenges and come out positive and being able to be productive.
Yes.
And as many times as you tell that story, and as many times as we are able to expose people to those people who have overcome, that helps people, give them a roadmap for
Exactly.
success.
I love that.
And I think that's so important.
Yes, so
that's
important.
in part why we do what we do.
Yeah.
Our people need to be bombarded with positive images and
Exactly.
hope. And hope.
Exactly.
And hope.
Yeah.
So you talked about 2 of the 3 businesses that you're involved with, but you're also involved with the skincare. You have a beautiful complexion as I'm sitting here looking at you. You have a vegan skincare company.
Yes, so it's a vegan skincare line, which was inspired by my eating habits, and I'm all about health and wellness. And then,
so you're a vegan.
I'm a vegan, yeah. And it's so important now. I'm realizing, like, with toxicity and things of that nature, we want to put things on our skin that are, you know, non-toxic. I'm not against, like, toxicity, going through a few different things. So, you know, it was important to have something that I could create. Again, I'm all about creating. When I want something, I create it. You know, something that could, you know, make women look beautiful. The natural skincares we have, scrubs, we have lip glosses and different things like that. But right now, the company, I'm kind of down for a second because I actually went through like a major surgery, and so I'm down for, you know, some things. But we will be back running probably in 2024.
Okay, well, what is the name of the company?
Glow LA Glam.
Glow LA Glam. Okay. So those are 3 different. Do you have any projects that you see that we haven't talked about, that I haven't read about, that's coming on?
That's coming up.
Yeah.
So I'm working on a few things right now, but again, we can't talk about those things. But definitely will be a lot 2024 that I'm going to definitely get my hands into. As mentioned, I did the surgery, and so I've kind of been resting and still working. I will tell you something that I haven't told anyone. I'm working on a book that I've been working on since 2016.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm going to finish the book probably this month. And so that's another project that I'm working on, which is going to be empowering as well.
That's fantastic. You know, I wrote a book recently myself, and I'm writing my second book. And again, it goes back to what we just talked about. It's really important to share stories of success and going through trials and tribulations. You can't. We're in a time right now in society where there are just so many challenges that people are facing, and there's just so many aspects of society with social unrest, the political unrest, and people need positive energy. People need positive hope. They need people like yourself, people like your husband, people like some of the people I'm looking at to my right. I'm seeing one of my business partners, who's somebody you probably want to have on your show, Melissa, who is a person who has gone through so many things and is just as positive a person as I can imagine.
I can tell the light, the glow.
We have to continue to prop people like that up.
Yes,
we have to
definitely.
continue to put them in front of the camera in as many forms of social media platforms as possible, because as much as we want to do that, there's so many negative elements that are constantly being presented to our young people, to people in general.
Key.
And I think it's just so important. So do you have any final statement that you would like to make to our audience about positive last statement to make for the show?
Is just think about I think with the climate right now, I think that we should realize that the children are the future. And so let's just be cautious of the images and what we're putting out before them, because we can't leave a great legacy behind if there's nothing to come. You know what I mean? We're not leaving anything. And so we need to take it into our hands to leave that legacy, and to really look forward in 2024 for, great things coming from what I'm working on.
So we're going to look to see the revival of your skincare company. We're going to also look for your various projects in the art and entertainment field. I know that you are partnered with someone with a lot of energy and vision and tenacity, and I just see great success for you and your partner, and I'm just glad that he was able to kind of bring you to our audience. And it's been a blessing having you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us for this episode of Ignite, Empower, Transform. I am your host, Hosea James Givan II, and remember, if it's in your heart, do your part. Today's help equals tomorrow's hope. I love our youth. Power to the people.